This is Eagle Owl, and today I will be talking about Micah Parsons. Did he admit that Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott? Also, we got to talk about getting Za'Darius Smith. I know a lot of you guys want an edge rusher, and I will go over, I guess, my reason why or why not I want him. And lastly, Saquon Barkley speaks on the run game, the difference between the shotgun and getting the ball under center. But let's get straight into it. All right, man. So before we get straight into it, of course, we got to talk about the injury report. I don't think it was that bad, but we're a little banged up on the O-line. Let's get into it. All right, so we have Jalen Carter with the shoulder injury. Seemed like an injury he'd been dealing with for quite some time. It seemed like he just always get the first day off, and then he go full participant, ready to go. So he might be dealing with something, but it's not bad enough where so he got to miss games. Then you got Landon Dickerson knee, another guy who's been taking off practice. So it wouldn't surprise me if he's like a full participant the next day or at least limited. Then you had Dallas Goedert dealing with the hamstring. I'm surprised they didn't put him on IR, but the more you look at the schedule, you can see why. It's because IR usually out for 4 games, but there's like Dallas and Washington, like a 5-day stretch or something like that, because we play Dallas like a Sunday, then we play Washington Thursday. The schedule makers ain't do us no favors right there. Who wants back-to-back games like that against a division rival? But then you got Slay dealing with the groin injury. We're going to see how that play out because he did not participate, and Slay's been hurt all year. Let's see if he powered through this one. Then you got Micah Becton concussion. He was limited. So we got to really watch Micah Becton because if he's limited the next couple days, he won't play because he got a clear concussion protocol. Then you got Alberto, who was a full participant, who's dealing with an adamant injury. And even with the injuries to the O-line, I wonder if Landon Dickerson and Micah Becton have to miss the next game. Who do we go with? Do Trevor Keegan get a shot? We know Tyler Steen is going to be out there. So I wonder what they would do with that. I know we signed a dude named Braden Daniels. A lot of guys like. I know Anthony DeBona wrote a whole piece about him. So we'll see. We signed him to the practice squad. There's probably a reason why we signed him to the practice squad. So we'll see how this O-line, work itself out. But so far, the injuries haven't hindered us at all. But, you got to be safe because then you talking about Fred Johnson, who's already a backup. And then you'll have a backup left guard and a backup right guard as well. So the O-line is dealing with a lot of injuries, but Stoutland University, I trust. So it'll be interesting what we do with the O-line if, we had to miss 2 guards. All right, so let's get into the topics. Let's talk about Micah Parsons. Not just him, Trayvon Diggs, somewhat admitting that Jalen Hurts is better than Dak Prescott, at least this season. But let me play this clip.
You rank him among quarterbacks right now? I would say he's definitely top 10.
Higher.
You think he's top 5?
For sure. Who else you gonna put in there?
Give us your top 5 right now.
I'm gonna go him. I'm gonna go Mahomes.
Marr. Gotta have Marr.
Yeah, Lamar. Josh Allen. Jalen playing pretty good right now too.
Jared Goff is a top 5 quarterback right now.
And Matthew Stafford. I love how Matthew Stafford played the quarterback position.
Sam Darnold could be in the top 5 conversation right now.
Yeah, Sam Darnold looking crazy too. So it's hard as a lot of good quarterbacks right now.
I can't give you a top 5 right now based on how everybody's performing.
Yeah.
Bro. It's just too hard.
Wow. Not only did they name Jalen Hurts, they named Jaden Daniels too. That got to be ultimate disrespect. And they letting Dak Prescott know you're not playing at a high level. Feel like a subliminal, to be honest. And we know Micah Parsons is not even the biggest fan of Jalen Hurts. You even see Micah Parsons' face when Trayvon did say Jalen Hurts, like, okay. Because you got to admit, Jalen Hurts, these past 3 games, 9 touchdowns, no turnovers. The yard's been up there. He's been efficient. He's been seeing the field. So say what you want. Jalen Hurts been playing at a high level. Better than, to me, he looked like the best quarterback in the NFC East. I know the rookie is going to get the high praise and this and that. The first round pick or whatever. I know he's going to get the praise. But right now, Jalen Hurts is playing like the best quarterback, and I know his weapons is being utilized against him. Oh, he got Saquon. Oh, he got this guy, that guy. Well, he's using them correctly, and to me, the biggest change, to be honest, is the play calling. The play calling look a lot better. Trust me, I heard you, Emmanuel Alcho, talk about, oh, it's AJ Brown, this and that. Yes, AJ Brown is back, and AJ Brown adds an element to the game. But to me, the biggest change is the play calling because we had AJ Brown last year, and AJ Brown was balling, but the play calling is starting to make him look a lot better. You see, what great play calling, great players, great things happen. So, shout out to those guys, man. I can't believe I'm shouting out some Cowboys mid-season, but they kept it real. They kept it real, man. And again, Dak Prescott is playing mid. The quarterbacks, well, the two quarterbacks in the division is playing better. It's just simple as that. But if I was a Cowboys fan, trust me, I can't even imagine that. But if I was, I would be raising hell if I seen something like that. And I know a lot of you guys are a fan of Micah Parsons and some guys in Dallas, but the way these guys talk, I don't want them there. We could barely handle what Darius Slay do. Imagine if our two guys. Imagine if that was Quinyon Mitchell and Nolan Smith talking like that. We would want those dudes out of town, and they playing high level football. So we like our players how they are. Bad enough we got to deal with Slay already. Imagine like dealing with Micah and all his media mess. So yeah, man. Shout out to those guys keeping it a buck. All right, so let's talk about the next subject. Barkley speaks on the run game, and he talks about the difference between the shotgun and getting the ball from under center.
You got to get used to them both. In college, that's all I did, shotgun runs. So it's kind of something I was used to. When I got to the NFL, I kind of struggled with it a little bit, getting a feel for it, working on getting my shoulders squared, and what's your tempo. But then when you get to NFL, my last few years in New York, that was more of the mindset of mid zone, do well, get downhill. Kind of got used to it, but coming back to here, you kind of like that's what camp is for. Getting adjusted to running gun runs. I think depending on the type of team you're playing, where the gun or under center comes in handy. But I think if you guys any running backs, I'll probably say under center runs, pistol, it's a lot easier. Where you get downhill a little quicker. But the beauty of this team is you have Jalen Hurts. He's a running quarterback. He's a good quarterback. He throw the ball, he can hurt you with his feet. So that helps me. It's that end-to-man line of scrimmage was also linebacker at the end. You got to play both of us. And if you want to sneak over there with Jay a little too much, we'll see if by the time you're right at the gun, there's your rope. Collapse. He's out the back door.
Who's next on?
I like his explanation, but it makes sense why we are doing under center. It sounds like, yeah, I could do shotgun and I could do it at a high level, but what I prefer is taking the ball from under center in the I formation because getting the ball downhill, I think you get the best from Saquon Barkley. And that's why we had to find out who can be our fullback. And we picked, like, I guess one of the most athletic guys in Ben Ransumarin. And it's working out. It's working out for Saquon Barkley getting the ball that way. Again, of course, he could be dangerous from the pistol, the shotgun. But I think under center is really helping him, and it's taking his game to another level. And not only that, I think the O-line like it as well. So I like that Saquon kept it real. And I think he probably went to Nick Sirianni and Kellen Moore like, look, I know you guys like the shotgun. I've been doing this since college, but running down hills is a tad bit easier for me. And you got to squeeze that in the game plan because this is not Saquon on a one-year deal for $2 million or something like that. This is Saquon, 3 years, one of the highest paid running backs. So if he make a demand, you got to listen. You got to listen, all right? Let's get into the last topic. And I talked about this a little bit already, about me not wanting another pass rusher, but Za'Darius Smith somewhat makes sense. I think he got like 5 sacks as of today. And we kept comparing, or at least me, like, what about that Robert Quinn? But during like week 8 or around this time, Robert Quinn only had 1 sack. You know, he was already on the downhill, but we was hoping bringing him to Philadelphia he could spark. But Za'Darius Smith is playing at a high level right now. But the question I have to ask, does he fit the system? Because last year, Bryce Huff was playing at a high level too. He come to us, you know, he's struggling a bit. Can he fit the system? Do Za'Darius Smith fit the Vic Fangio system? Can he, you know, get it out the 2-point stance? Is it worth losing snaps from your young guys? I don't know. Even though the edge rushers are the most inconsistent group, I'm still leaning towards just let the young guys work. I'm still leaning towards that, but we get Za'Darius Smith. I wouldn't be mad at that. Again, his numbers is phenomenal. He's on a 2-year deal, so he'll be with us this year and next year. And again, I'm on Fangio side. Usually these things don't work, but we'll see what Howie do because Howie's always looking to make the roster better. But we'll see if we're looking at edge rushers going into the trade deadline, which is what? Next Wednesday, Tuesday or something like that. The 4th, I think it's Tuesday or Monday. I don't know. But that's all I got for you guys today. And hey, man, what do you think? And how do you feel about the news today? Go get Za'Darius Smith, Micah Parsons. He know what it is. And Saquon Barkley. But this is Eagle Owl, man. I'm out.